have good news, the toilets are open again.
Hi guys, you're hearing it. Good news, toilets are open again. We are back. We are back from the exciting action we had last round. I'm very sadly I couldn't commentate on this spectacle. Instead, I brought you giant nest balls, but I hope you enjoyed it anyways. And we are here with round 7. We have our reigning world's champion Robin Schulz facing against Alessandro Cremascoli, who sadly missed on Worlds. He lost his win and in last round, but he had an amazing performance anyways, and he's a veteran of the game, many accomplishments.
Yeah, he's been around the game for ages, and let's see.
Yeah, they're doing the setup. Let's see what they are playing. I'm pretty sure Robin told me he's playing the exact same deck he played in Oceania to make 10th place. So it's the Zapdos Jirachi deck with Buzzwole and Nihilego attacks, which we have seen multiple times today.
There's a mulligan on Robin's side. And we are actually very excited to see what Alessandro is playing. Some historical background, Alessandro never won a single match on stream.
But there's always a first time, and Alessandro is a player who likes to bring weird decks to tournaments.
Yeah.
So you might know the Meganium deck, Meganium Mill with Rhyperia. It was his creation. He made a finals of a League Cup with it, I think a very big League Cup with like hundreds of players and a regional.
So what are we seeing here in Alessandro's prize cards? There's an Enhanced Hammer.
Enhanced Hammer, Counter Catcher, Hooper, Endurance. Okay, he's playing a Stall variant, so Robin's probably very unhappy with this matchup. His deck is not meant to beat Stall. Stall has been kind of vanishing from the meta game because of decks like Pikachu Zekrom that just have so many energies and they can accelerate them again, and they have Zera Aura GX for free retreat. They can bring multiple energies back with Zera Aura. So there's like hardly anything you can do to disrupt these decks. But Robin's deck on the other side, he only plays 10 energies, I believe, 5 special energies among these. So he's playing a lot of special energies, very little energies in total. So he will have a very hard time in this matchup. And Alessandro starting off with a Regigigas. It's just a huge tank. It has 180 HP.
There's Steven's Resolve.
Yeah, this is a typical card for mill decks because they don't ever attack. They just stall out your opponent. So he can use it to search out any 3 cards out of his deck. So this is really the engine of the deck. He will probably be searching out another Steven if he doesn't have one already, and 2 other cards he needs. He's thinking about it. Yeah, we see it's Steven and 2 other cards. And basically this, I'm sorry guys, this might not be the most exciting game because, well, it's a stall deck, so basically as long as nothing
there's not much going on, but I mean, we can talk about those players' backgrounds.
Yeah, also like, as long as there's nothing happening, Alessandro's pretty much happy and Robin will pretty much be sad.
I mean, you can talk about some anecdotes of Robin's childhood, stuff like that. Things our viewers are probably very interested in, probably more interested than into the
I don't know, perhaps a Hooper or Regigigas crossed his way one day in his childhood already and he's traumatized. I don't know, I haven't heard any of that. I mean, Robin has a realistic chance here. Well, he would have, actually. But Alessandro opened one of his 4 Steven's advice makes this extremely difficult for Robin. Because Robin does not play any disruption cards, any way to disrupt his opponent's hand. So now that Alessandro has his first Steven, he will be able to repeatedly use Steven to search out the cards he needs. So he can disrupt Robin every turn, he can heal his Pokemon every turn. And Robin can't use anything like Marshadow or Judge to shuffle the Steven's advice back into his Alessandro's deck, so he can just chain those, and yeah.
But you can see both players laughing. They're taking it easy. I mean, Robin is 5-0-1. That's a very good record, and I mean, if you build a deck and you know that you just have an Autolus to mill, you just take it when it comes.
Yeah, like mill is a deck that people really didn't expect to see anymore. So Robin, especially sitting at 501, It's a very good score where you wouldn't expect to face any more stall decks. But Alessandro taking a brave call with his mill deck, thinking, oh yeah, Pikachu Zekrom, it's a great new deck. It's popular, it's strong, but let's face it, it was countered heavily in Oceania and will be countered even more going into the future.
Probably, yes.
So he's probably expecting to not see too many of those, and well, he seems to have made the right call, right? Robin did 50 damage because of the Ancient Crystal that is attached to the Regigigas. It further reduces the damage. So this Regigigas is just incredibly tanky. It has 180 HP already. Robin was only able to deal 50 damage to it. Alessandro has 2 more of them sitting on the bench, and Robin has to knock out 6 of these to win the game.
Yeah, actually Alessandro is playing some energies, so this deck is technically able to attack, but I think we're not going to see Regigigas attack.
Yeah, like a way of attacking is basically having the option to attack is basically in those decks to make sure they don't tie. Because otherwise, if your opponent would like draw 1 card per turn and do something, and then wait till he has drawn his entire deck, play a Cynthia, shuffle everything back, and repeat, it could end in a 0-0. But having energies in deck guarantees that Alessandro can, if Robin doesn't have any resources left anymore to do anything, he can just attach energies and start attacking,
yeah, he
put on
plays
some
a
pressure.
Lugia GX and double colorless energies, so that's probably his attacker.
The Lugia GX is actually in there for the GX attack for 3 energies, so he can use double colorless energy and counter gain. It puts the defending Pokemon into the Lost Zone. So it's a good counter for Oranguru, for Zorak decks with Oranguru that try to loot their resources. They just put the Oranguru into the Lost Zone, so it's gone forever, and those resources won't be recycled anymore. But yeah, I believe it also has an attack. Regigigas has an attack as well. Alessandro plays multiple double colorless energies and some basics, so he has options to attack here.
I mean, 160 is quite a high number.
Yeah, certainly. It can deal quite a lot of damage, and it doesn't really have any drawback. And yeah, as we see, Alessandro's just chaining those Stevens. He's getting everything he wants. He's setting up his board. Meanwhile, Robin, he's just doing what Zapdos decks do, right? He probably doesn't have too much hope in this matchup. He just tries to attack every turn, chipping away at those Regigigas.
Hoping just that wishing a bit. Thunder is assaulting here and there,
hoping that eventually the damage might add up.
Yeah, and there's the Zapdos going for the Thunderous assault.
Also, a reason why Alessandro probably won't be attacking very soon
Max Potion.
Is that Robin plays Buzzwole and Rainbow Energies. So if Alessandro were to attack right away, Robin could just wait 2 attacks until Sledgehammer's activated, and then he could use his 4 Rainbow Energies to take 4 consecutive knockouts on Regigigas, thanks to the weakness. And yeah, once you take out 1 attacker, Alessandro's pretty much left without energies and won't be attacking anymore, so the Buzzwole could then take all his prizes, or at least 4 times as long as he has Rainbow Energies. But yeah, Alessandro of course is aware of this. He won't be attacking anytime soon. He's just making sure to get set up, get all his Regigigas on board so he won't lose the game. Then he will probably use something like Mars in combination with Lusamine to discard Soaring cards, or Team Skullgrunt to make sure he doesn't have energies.
Oh, and there's the first enhanced hammer, so that's the first Rainbow Energy going to the discard pile.
And another Steven's
Robin
advice.
is playing 4 Rainbow Energies and 1 Beast Energy, so Alessandro probably wants to make sure that all of those are gone.
Yeah, and there's another Steven advice. I could swear I've seen this happen before.
Yeah, I mean, he played Lusamine, took 2 Steven advice back to his hand, so...
Yeah, he will never run out of those. He has Lusamine to get Lusamine and another supporter back, so he will always be able to pick up those supporters.
Yeah, Lusamine is one of the key cards in any stall deck since she got released.
Yes, certainly one of the strongest cards out there. It's not that versatile, so it won't see play in many decks, but just having the ability to, having the option to get infinite resources back, never go deck out, never run out of resources, is just so strong.
There
Yeah,
in the
it
second
is.
row.
Once
Maybe too
The
strong.
judges
I mean,
have,
there are
uh,
some arguments going on
Harry?
there. Lusamine just got banned in expanded format,
Yes.
so
Yeah, there's many players want to see Lusamine gone, and I can certainly see why. Infinite loops have a history of being banned on Pokemon, like versus Hika Trump card combination and stuff. Just taking away this possibility to win through deck out is just such a huge impact and changes the game so much that it oftentimes gets banned for. And yeah, we see Robin. He keeps attacking. Alessandro well, he hasn't removed many energies
there's
until
another
yet.
max potion.
Yeah, he probably wants to start using something like Plumeria soon to remove those lightning energies. But yeah. There we see the Plumeria throwing away 2 of his energies.
Yeah, he's probably not
So-
going for the Hooper in this matchup.
Yeah, the metal energy is actually for Durant. I'm actually not quite sure which kind of Durant it is, but he's playing a Durant in his deck. Oh yeah, it's in his prizes, so he won't use it anyway. I mean, he probably replaced Gladian to get it out of there, but yeah, I mean, he doesn't really need it.
We don't know if he needs it.
I mean, he just threw away all his metal energy, so he probably doesn't.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah, and he doesn't seem to be going for an attacking route here either, because he's just throwing those energies away right away. No hesitation there. And we see another Steven. Robin didn't even attack.
I mean, it's quite sad. You attack, and then there's the max potion. You start
Yeah.
attacking again, then there's the max potion.
I mean, at least it's one resource gone.
Devastating feeling.
But Alessandro can't recover. If it was an ace roller, it would be even more depressing. Oh.
Yeah, and it looks like it's Alexandro's turn again. He draws his card off the turn, and it's a Lusamine.
Amazing.
What a surprise!
Lusamine is just such a strong card. He's taking back a Lusamine and Plumeria, making sure he can remove those energies again.
Yeah, as I mentioned before, Alexandro has never won a single match on stream, but he's one of the players who takes it very competitive. He's not being like, oh no, I never won a match on stream, I don't want to play there. He sees it far more as a challenge, and he's always excited to play on stream, and he's very hyped and see if he can finally break the chain.
Yeah, this might not be very exciting for the viewer, but it's probably pretty exciting for Alessandro.
Actually, even though Robin is your brother and we obviously know him for many years, I'm really hoping Alexandro is going to win this, because he's probably going to be very, very happy.
Yeah, he's a player whom we've seen a lot of emotions from in the past. He had a very emotional loss in his last round at Worlds. Robin losing here at Tapu Koko Prism here. Oh yeah, he finally got a lot of energy into play. He's now putting all of them onto Tapu Koko GX, finally getting some consistent attacker going. So he now has 4 energy. He still has 7 energies left in his deck, so he will be trying to attack with his Tapu Koko every turn and keep going that way. So like, Alessandro has been in the driver's seat in this game, of course, because he has been able to set up that well. He has been able to get all his Regigigas, all his Ancient Crystal. He has been able to use Steven's advice repeatedly, but he hasn't removed many energy in the meantime. I think it's 1 Rainbow Energy gone.
Yeah, only 1 Rainbow Energy.
And
True.
yeah, Robin was able to recover Lightning Energy with the Tapu Koko Prism Star. So yeah, Robin wasn't disrupted very much so far, and now he has this Tapu Koko with 4 energy going, so it will be hard for Alessandro to stop it in its tracks.
Yeah, I mean, this Tapu Koko is huge, and
also he played a Lusamine this turn, so
and we see the first knockout from
yeah.
Robin.
Alessandro playing a Lusamine last turn, not playing a Plumeria. Also, We haven't seen any Crushing Hammer yet, and I don't see them on his list. So it seems like Plumeria's his only way of discarding energies. Oh yeah, but of course Velugia. Now that Robin is up in prices, Velugia we talked about earlier can use its GX attack. Yeah, he has an Acerola. Yeah.
There's the Lugia. And
yeah. I mean, he used multiple Steven's advice, so this was basically you could see this coming. Robin probably did as well. He's quite familiar with the stall decks. Also, he didn't attach more than 4 energy to his Tapu Koko.
But that's it. Robin scoops.
Robin didn't have any option to play around with, so it certainly wasn't a misplay. It just was the only way he could approach this matchup. There was actually nothing else he could do. His attackers are simply focused on doing little damage, on chipping away your opponents, taking knockouts on easy to knock out Pokemon, and taking easy prizes. And Alessandro's deck is simply about denying your opponent easy prizes. He wants to make it.
I mean, those Regigigas are giant.
Yeah, he basically.
I mean, they exist out of 3 other legendary Pokemons. They must be quite big.
Yeah, Robin probably has to hope that Alessandro opens something like a Lugia. Unfortunately, Zapdos doesn't even hit for weakness, so it won't be that easy to knock out, but a Lugia opening is at least some easy knockout.
Yeah.
And if it would be gone, I don't know if Alessandro plays Brook's Grid. I don't see it, so I don't know if I don't think he has any way to recover Pokemon. So if he opens Velugia, maybe Robin can get a knockout on it early, and maybe Robin can get into the game that way, but he basically just has to hope for things to go incredibly unlucky for Alessandro. And of course, a huge thing for Robin would be Alessandro whiffing the Steven's advice. Last game, we've seen him use it on turn 1.
Yeah, that was quite lucky for Alessandro, unfortunate for Robin.
It's not that, I mean, it's his main engine. He plays 4 of them, of course. He has other supporters to draw
Alessandro's
them.
deck list is in Italian, unfortunately. So sometimes we have to guess a little bit.
Yeah. But getting a Steven's advice on his first turn is... Oh yeah, I see it already in his hand. So this is huge for Alessandro. Again, he will be able to chain those Stevens. Robin has no way of disrupting this. So there's probably not going to be much Robin can do again.
We see the Tapu Koko Prism Star coming from that nest ball.
Yeah, we also don't see anything remarkable priced for Alessandro. So he will be able to use Steven to set up Regigigas with Ancient Crystal again. He will set up his board completely with 4 Regigigas, or actually 3. 1 is priced. Doesn't really matter much because 3 are more than enough. Robin was able to take 1 knockout last game, and I wouldn't expect him to take many more this time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Alessandro will just set up his board, wait for Robin to go for his only real attacker in this matchup, which is Tapu Koko GX, and then he can use Velugia again to put it into the Lost Zone. Or alternatively, if Robin doesn't use it, Alessandro will be just sitting there using Plumeria to slowly and steadily remove the energies from the Zapdos.
So how does it feel for you to see your brother lose?
I mean, it's fine. Pokemon is all about maximizing your odds. You can never control it completely. You can play to your best ability, but you will never guarantee a win. Especially when facing such a tough matchup, there's sometimes nothing you can do. So some games you just lose.
Very true.
But if you maximize your odds properly, you can hope to win enough of the other rounds to still make it. And usually there's a best of 3. Against the stall deck that has Steven's advice on its opening hand, there's not much. A best of 3 won't help either. But against other decks, and I mean, Robin will still be 5-1-1 after this round.
Yeah, true.
So still 1 more win out of the last 2 rounds will put him in day 2 in a comfortable position.
Very, very true. And well spoken.
And we see Robin setting up a Blitzel to get its striker later on. He already discarded a Lightning Energy, being able to bring those back with Tapu Koko Prison. He probably wants to go for the Tapu Koko GX.
And you can see Robin's face is like, oh, not again.
Robin is like, oh, come on, it's like a 40% chance. but you have it again, and he just scoops immediately, knowing that there's no way he can win. There's really nothing he can do, and yeah.
Well, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, you never know.
Some matchups are just too much to handle. You can't beat them all, you can't be prepared for every matchup. The Zapdos deck, of course, is incredibly versatile because it's so fast and aggressive, but against a deck that just puts 3 Regigigas into play and uses Team
what
Edwards.
can you do? There's nothing you can do.
Nothing. And hopefully,
you've seen it in the first match.
And hopefully Alessandro has some time for an interview with us.
Oh yes, he will
so we
be
can
so
talk
happy.
with him. So we can talk with him about his deck choice. And
Don't go anywhere.
Yeah,
you will have a happy Italian man here soon.